Has the end of the United Nations already begun? We're not asking this question lightly, and we're not asking it just because former US President Donald Trump has floated a proposal that directly challenges the relevance of the United Nations. The United Nations was created after World War II as the world's most powerful global institution. For decades, its structure has remained almost unchanged, but the world has changed. Geopolitics has changed. Power centers have shifted. Yet the UN hasn't. Countries like India, one of the world's largest democracies and fastest growing economies, still don't have a permanent seat on the UN Security Council. Reform has been promised for years but never delivered. And now comes a dramatic disruption. Donald Trump has proposed a brand new international body called the Board of Peace. Here's the headline-grabbing part. If a country wants permanent power in this institution, it must pay $1 billion, roughly 9,000 crore rupees. So the big question is unavoidable. Is this an alternative to the United Nations? Is it more effective or far more dangerous? And what does this mean for India and the Global South? Let's break it down. What is the Board of Peace? The proposal emerged after the devastating war in Gaza, when ceasefire talks and post-war reconstruction became urgent. Traditionally, the UN would lead such efforts. This time, Trump sidelined the UN and proposed an entirely new body, the Board of Peace. Initially, it was pitched as a temporary mechanism for Gaza's reconstruction, but leaked draft documents and reports reveal something much bigger. According to those documents, the Board of Peace will not be part of the UN system. It will be a fully independent international institution. Membership will be limited to select powerful countries. Its stated mission: post-war reconstruction, political stabilization, and coordination of peace efforts, the very role the UN has played for decades. In other words, a parallel system. The most controversial clause: pay to rule. Here's where things get explosive. To become a permanent member, a country must pay $1 billion up front. Countries that can't afford it will get temporary membership, a 3-year term with no permanent authority. Let's be clear about what this means. Power equals money. Influence is for sale. Contrast this with existing institutions like the UN, WHO, IMF, or World Bank. Contributions are based on GDP ratios, no massive entry fee. At the UN General Assembly, every country gets one vote. The Board of Peace flips this model entirely. More money equals more power. Poor and developing nations are effectively locked out. Peace, for the first time, becomes a commercial product. One man at the center, and it gets even more controversial. According to reports, Donald Trump would serve as the first chairman. He would approve memberships. He would control agenda setting. He would oversee financial decisions. Membership renewals would depend on his approval.